Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video on how to fillet fish using an electric fillet knife. This will work for crappie, brim, or bass. So you take your electric fillet knife, make your initial cut down to the spine, but not through it, and stay above that bottom fin on the very bottom of the fish. Now you're going to slide your knife through with it on, and you want to scrape the edge of the spine with the side of your knife. Don't cut through the very last part of the fish down there by the tail. Leave it attached right there. This is gonna let you. It's gonna help you with the next part. Then you slide along. Same thing here. You're gonna scrape the side of the knife along the skin of that fish. You don't want to cut through it. It takes a little practice to get good at this. You're gonna, you'll have a hard time with the first few fish, but if you get some practice in, this is gonna really speed up how quickly you can fillet a fish. So again, you're gonna cut down to the spine, but not through it. Scrape the spine with the side of the knife, not the blade, not the actual cutting part, but the side of it. Same thing here with the skin. You want to scrape it, but not cut through it, and you're gonna slide it through. There you go. And I have two bowls there. One is for meat that has bones attached. One is for meat that does not have bones attached. And they both have ice water. That really helps your fish stay good. Now for these smaller fillets, you can do this in one cut. If there's not enough meat on the other side of the ribs, you can just do that one cut, get the meat off of there, throw the ribs, into your waste. And that's it. That's the bowl that has no bones. Now for this one, this is what you do if you do have more meat on the other side of the bone. You can cut along here and then come back up and cut this meat on the other side of the bone. A lot of folks don't do that. They say, oh, it's only one bite. It's not really worth the effort. But if you have 20 fish you're cleaning, that's 40 fillets. That's 40 more bites. You're feeding one or two more people at the fish fry. And you're not wasting the meat. And I don't want to waste crappie. They're just really good to eat, so there's no need to waste it. So again, I know this is tricky if you're filleting the first time with an electric knife, but the trick is go down to the spine but not through it, right here, and then scrape the side of your knife, not the blade, the side along that spine, keeping down pressure. So like your right wrist should be a little sore if you're right-handed. Same thing here. You're gonna be pressing down while you scrape, but pushing to the right. So you're putting down pressure the entire time. That wrist is going to be a little sore if you're cleaning a lot of fish first few times until you've done it enough. I'm pushing down pretty hard, with that right wrist with these electric knives. So you're scraping the whole time. I'm kind of scraping the back and the side of that knife against that spine as I'm coming across. Same thing here. I get my cut in kind of sideways, and then you're scraping that knife downward against the skin while you're cutting to the right. And that's the trick of it. It's going to take a few fish before you really feel comfortable doing it. But man, if you can get good with this, you can go through some fish quickly. I can, here again, this is going to show you how to come back. So you're cutting that rib out. Don't get into the bone, but you're going to, cut the meat just like that. And you should have a fillet looking like that with a normal size crappie. Smaller ones, you can do that one cut, but for normal size, you can get that meat on the other side of the ribs, and you'll get a lot more out of your fish that way, and you can feed a lot more folks. Everybody's going to want to come to these fish fries, and so you want to be able to feed as many of them as you can and have plenty of fish to do it. There's another one. And so I could have made this video shorter. I think, the algorithms and whatnot on YouTube like shorter videos, and some folks click on the shorter ones, but I wanted to have a really thorough example. And so here I skip ahead to a larger fish to show you guys one more thing to be aware of, and just to show, a few more examples of cutting. So there's that initial cut down to the spine, but not through it. You'll feel it whenever you get there after a few times. Same thing here. You're scraping along, pushing down and to the right, but you're scraping the side and the back of that knife as you go. Exact same thing here. You're scraping down and to the right. The side of the blade and the back of the blade should be the only thing touching that skin of that fish. The actual cutting part of the blade is going to be pushing to the right the whole time. And you can scrape those guts off of that. Those ribs will have the little some little guts and stuff attached to it a lot of times. Scrape that off. It keeps your water cleaner. And like I said, I use ice water in my bowls. Keeping those fish cold is critical to making them as good as you can. I promise it makes a difference on the quality of the meat you get after. I get told a lot of times my fish are the best fish, and I don't do much as far as seasoning to them, but I do keep them cold the entire time. From the time they get in the boat until the time they are being cooked, they are cold. Like constantly, I keep them cold. It keeps that meat firmer. It doesn't, heat and time are your enemies when it comes to preparing meat. So here's the one thing I wanted to show you with these bigger fish. This right here, see that? That's the spinal cord right there. Don't leave that on the meat. I've seen if you guys do it, that will give you a fishy bite or two, and you don't want fishy bites. One fishy bite at a fish fry can really turn somebody's stomach and not make them want to keep eating. So cut those spinal columns out of the bigger fish. It's soft tissue. You could eat it. It wouldn't like kill you or anything, but it doesn't taste good. It tastes bad. So here is a better example. See that right there? That's the spinal cord. Cut those out. Cut anything that doesn't look like the normal meat. Cut it out. Don't risk it. If you have to waste some fish here and there because something doesn't look right, just cut it out. You don't want that bad meat in there. Well, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope this helps some folks that are new to electric knives. They work great. If you get used to them, they work really good. Even the less expensive ones, I used $20 knives for a long time before I upgraded to this one. They work great. So good luck. Keep practicing, and let me know what you think. Bye, guys.